We're at the World of Concrete for 2026. We're in the Makita booth, and I have just been made aware of some of the most exciting news that I've heard in years. We're with Kyle, and I've been told we have the belle of the ball here. Is that correct?
That is. So what we have is our steel rod flush cutters. This is the 18-volt version, which we've had for a while, but now we have a new 40-volt XGT version.
Wow.
That is coming this summer. So the big differences is the XGT will cut 30% faster, and it'll cut closer to the concrete surface. So the 18-volt is an eighth of an inch to the surface. This is just under 3/32 of an inch.
Wow.
So it makes your surface prep so much easier for your bottom plates when you have to cut your rods or anything like that.
So I have a question.
Yes.
So traditionally, if we were to use the LXT, we potentially would cut and then have to come back and grind flat?
You can grind, or you can take a mallet, hammer it down.
Yeah.
Okay, but this
is eliminating
even closer. So under 3/32 of an inch, just under, and it cuts faster, which is nice. Okay, and this will cut up to number 8 bar or 1-inch rod.
Okay.
But the other nice thing about either model is it will deliver a clean, burr-free cut, and it'll cut with minimal spark, and it cuts cold.
That's great.
With the carbide tip blade. So after you cut, you can put your hand on the bar or rod immediately after. So I have a couple demos with a rebar, and then I have one with a nut and a bolt, so just a
threaded rod.
Thread rod. And so the other thing I like about the XGT model is we went from a lock-off switch on the 18-volt to a paddle switch on the XGT 40-volt. A little bit safer.
So let's just say we're locked on with LXT. Like where can that be a problem as far as safety goes? Like give me an instance where that would be bad.
So when this guy is locked on,
yes,
right here, this will not shut off unless I hit this switch.
Okay.
Okay. So if you drop the tool, whatnot, this is going to keep running until you physically unlock that switch. With your 40-volt version, it's going to run as long as your finger is on the trigger. As soon as you take your finger off the trigger, the blade slows down within a couple seconds. So
it almost seems like it has a brake on it. Yeah, that was fast.
It does. Yep, it's got a brake, brushless motor. And so what's nice is if you do for some reason happen to drop this tool, it will shut off. It doesn't keep running. So easy enough, we'll cut this rod first, and I'll show you how close it'll cut down to the surface. So here we are.
Let me get out of your way.
It cut right down, and here we are. And your hand can go on immediately after. Cold to the touch.
Wow. Guess what? Usually, like, people say cold to the touch might be a little warm.
That is cold to the touch.
That is cold to the touch.
And then on your rod, say your bolts are too high, you cut this guy down. Okay, there it is. You take your nut, and you can thread on immediately after.
So,
and it cuts clean, so you don't have to file the burrs, you don't have to do anything. You can thread on immediately after.
I love that, because generally when we're doing all thread, and we need to cut the size no matter what we cut with, there's always some type of prep before we could actually, be nut ready. This is great. And there's no trick to getting it nut ready right from.
Not at all.
So you just throw it on there, boom, it's done.
Yep.
Okay.
You want to give it a shot?
Yeah, what the hell?
Feel free, man.
You know me.
Here we are. So we'll take that off. You get your glasses, so we're good to go.
So I would start back away from it, correct?
Yep. Line it up. Again.
That is crazy.
Right cold to the touch. You take your nut. Grab that thing right on. There you are.
Wow, that is terrific.
So now we have the solution in the XGT version. So really what this does is this opens the door to get you onto that next gen platform.
Okay.
So you have so you can get into the XGT 40-volt version, and then you can get into the power cutters. You can get into the larger rotary hammers, breaker hammers, the larger impact wrenches.
And I've said that since the inception of XGT. The greatest part about this platform is that you can power the biggest cutoff saw, all the way down to the smallest impact driver. It is so versatile.
So now there is no need for 2 platforms on a job site. You don't have to be like, oh no, this is an 18-volt version. I got to go run and get my 18-volt battery. This is a 40-volt. So just one platform. It's easy for everything. And like you said, you can run the small impact. You can run a small circ saw, or you can go all the way up to the 14-inch power cutter, even the 80-volt, 70-pound breaker hammer.
That's crazy, I
All
know.
on one battery platform.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. We're with Tyler, and he's got a whole bunch of new innovation with an XGT nailer. Tell us all about it.
All right, so this is our new XGT framing nailer. This is going to allow us to get 2 times faster nailing speed when compared to the 18-volt LXT.
Wow.
Far and away the fastest nailer in the cordless selection, all right? So in addition to faster nailing speeds, we have it on bump mode. So in addition to being able to do your standard framing, with a single attachment, this proud nose nailing attachment, you're able to switch from framing to forming with a single attachment.
Now here's a question for you, because I love this. I think this is terrific. There's no need to buy a separate duplex nailer. I guess if you're like doing tons and tons of framing, form framing, then maybe it would make sense. But for the guy that's doing carpentry and occasionally doing form framing, you don't have to buy a whole separate nailer. Here's a question. Does this attachment come with every nailer, or do you buy that separately?
No, it's just a standard accessory that you could purchase separately.
I love Makita. What else can you tell me about this thing?
We increased the grip handle, so it's a little bit better for people with larger hands, right? Form and function, it's going to be very similar in weight and ergonomics to that, but the real winner is the fact that it's 2 times faster nailing speed.
2 times faster, but I like the additional function of it. I like that. Can I try it out?
It's got the proud nose on it.
Yo, if I have to do a ton, of form framing. So how does this pop off?
Yeah.
You just
like that.
So simple. And I'm not even like, I'm kind of like limp-wristing the thing. It's got tons and tons of power.
We have this in a 21 degree and a 30 degree.
So you can get a 30 degree with the additional.
Yeah, so this attachment's will
universal
work on
for
the 21 degree and the 30 degree LXT and XGT. So it's for all of them.
But before we let you go, now you said something else. So you can use that attachment on LXT as well.
Yeah.
Was that always an option or no?
No. So this is a new innovation that we're coming out with. So because when we came out with the framing nailer, one of the first questions is, when are you coming out with a duplex nailer? Right?
Yeah.
And I compare it to that old adage about what is the customers for Henry Ford, what they always ask for, a faster horse.
Yeah.
This is that Model T that's coming out, right?
That's
new
great.
Innovations, same nailer for framing and forming.
That's great. I mean, you didn't need a different hammer.
No.
When
exactly.
You got the same hammer for both functions. Mm-hmm. All right, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Definitely.
That's exciting stuff. Listen, little piece of plastic.
Who would have known?
We're with Chad, and I'm going to step out of the way so you can see all the action. Chad's going to give it to all of you.
Let's go.
Thank you so much.
You got it.
What do we have?
All right, rebar cutters. We got our 218-volt, LXT 218-volt. Big boy back here is going to cut 3 bar up to 7 bar. 8.7 second cut.
Wow.
A little bit faster brushless design. 3 bar to 5 bar in 2.8 seconds. And our newest just released 40-volt, 3 to 5 bar, going to cut in 1.7 seconds.
Wow.
250 cuts on a single battery charge.
Okay.
Got it.
Can we get a demo?
Let's do it. Yep. So here's our newest 40 volt. Okay, 1.7 seconds.
Holy Lord.
As you can see, 0 sparks, so you can use these tools indoors. Okay.
Ice cold.
Ice cold, no sparks, no fumes, no dust. Cold to the touch, ice cold.
You wouldn't happen to know a price on these units, would you?
Not yet on these. This was just released a few weeks ago. These are going to be in your high teens. Okay, this is going to be about 10% more based on just the battery platform alone.
If you wanted to check pricing for yourself, go down to the YouTube shopping button. It'll all be laid out for you. Chad, thank you so much, brother.
You guys take care, huh?
Yo, we're with Rob, and Rob's got huge news. This is probably, every time we stop at a booth, I'm really like, this is the biggest thing at the Makita booth. This is the biggest. This is probably the biggest thing at the Makita booth.
Absolutely.
Tell us all about it.
Covered. So this is our new hammer drill. brand new on the market. This is not only the most powerful drill we've ever had, but it's also 3-speed transmission. So now you don't have to choose between high and low speed. You have a happy medium. So you can do your really high torque, low speed, or we have our second gear here. Along with our new self-feed bits, we're going to show you how it works. So that looks pretty good, but that was in speed 2.
Wow.
We're super excited about it. This thing is an absolute monster.
So let me ask you, Bob, the second speed, is that an intermittent speed, or is speed 3 like really high compared to competitors? Like, where are we at RPM range with these?
So our third speed is pretty equal to what we've had before with our GPH01.
Okay.
So you still have your high-end speed with your little bit lower torque, but now we have 2. So we have 1800 RPM with a really high torque number. So that way you can go all day long. It's twice as fast as in gear 1, which is all we had before. And now you can double your workload and keep that torque going all day long.
I feel like the XGT platform in particular has like a very industrial, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the focus is an industrial worker.
Absolutely.
And I feel like speed 2 would be almost perfect for a lot of that metal work.
That's exactly right. So this is what we really needed to kind of have the happy medium in between, right? Because you want to go faster than speed 1 when you need that extra torque, but going in the highest speed sometimes is necessary.
Yes.
And now, and paired with our tabless battery, this drill is just really a game changer for us.
Can I give it a shot?
Yeah, absolutely. Please do. Let's try it in
Can I try it?
first.
I'm going to try it. Can I try it in roll speed?
Absolutely. Go for it.
All right.
So that one you just hit the 2x4?
Oh my God, I'm always causing some kind of destruction. All right, let's try speed 3. I gotta be honest, like, there's no stall in this thing at all. Speed 2, it would be like a happy medium. Is it the baby bear or the mama bear of speed? Wow. Is it any rotation?
Yep, it has the active feedback technology, what we'll call AFT. So if it does bind up or break loose, it's gonna stop just like you used to.
Which direction?
Either way.
Is it off? Does it go off? I'm saying, will it shut it off if I?
Yeah. But because it's so sophisticated,
it's not binding and knows it?
Right.
Makita, you're just so smart. I love it. This thing's awesome. You know how many clutch settings?
Yeah, so when you're in fastening mode, you have up to 41 clutch settings. It differs between which gear you're in. So gear 1 has 15, gear 2 has 31, and then gear 3 has 41 clutch settings, which you do with this little button down here with the little dial, and then you can lock it into whatever clutch you need.
When are these going to be available? Are these available now?
February 1st, they launch.
I am so excited about this. I was about to ask Rob if we could like test the clutch. Can we test the clutch features?
Sure can. If we go to this side of the triangle here, we can do just that.
Where's our lowest? Can you set me to our lowest torque setting?
Absolute lowest, huh?
Absolute low.
So that's gonna clutch out at basically 0.
You know what's great about that though? It actually did what it's designed to do. I love it. So let's just go happy medium, right? We'll go to like a 10. You said there's like how many clutch settings on this? So
in gear 1, you have 15.
Yeah.
In gear 2, you go up to 31. In gear 3, you go up to 41.
So we're at 10. I cannot wait to get this in and fully work the numbers up.
And not only that, it also has soft start. So when you're in fastening mode, you can start off slow like you're used to with some of our other drills.
All right, so just to make the audience happy here, I might as well just drive it home, all right? All the power, all the power, all the power. I love it. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate your time.
Appreciate it.
So we have big news on the rebar tires. Everardo is with us. He's going to walk us through what's now available. And pretty much, I would love if you just take some time with us and go through all the features and functions again, because Although you might have seen them before, the guy over there, he hasn't seen them yet. Thank you for being with us.
Sure. All right, so this is still the world's first 40-volt tying gun that uses 16-gauge wire.
Okay.
So this is the 16-gauge wire, same wire that your iron workers, your rod busters trust.
Okay.
Right? And it comes in a spool, easy load, power button, and you're ready to go.
You know what? I love it so much though. Even if there's an instance where you know, the wire misfeeds, whatever, it like clears itself and starts it over. It's so intuitive for the user. You know, I think it's great.
Yes, and because this wire is 16 gauge, it's so thick, one of the issues with other tying guns is that you're trying to push the wire in, and it's so thin, and it won't. Any type of debris that happens here is just going to be pushed out by this really thick wire. So nothing gets clogged up in here. What ends up happening is all that debris gets deposited on these little flaps here.
Yeah.
And then all you have to do is just open this one and open this side up and just wipe them down, and that's it.
So that's pretty much all the maintenance.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's great.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. So strength-wise, because it is 16 gauge, is this a representation of what people, holding power people can expect?
Yes, yes. So these are 65% stronger. And so what we did here is a demonstration that two little ties, 16 gauge.
Oh, so these are the ties up here. Wow.
Can handle over 300 pounds. This right here is 304 pounds.
That's amazing.
So what we were hearing from customers with the 21 gauge is that they were walking and they were loosening up, they were unraveling. Not the case with this 16 gauge.
Is there a demo? Can we try it or?
Yeah, sure. You want to try this wall here?
You said they're now available.
They're now available.
Which ones were not available last time we spoke?
So
last year.
These were just, I believe they were prototypes. They were not available in the market yet.
So these are available.
They're available now. So all I can tell you now is that we've had customers that have purchased them and they're very happy with it. Less maintenance involved versus the 18 one compared to the 18 one.
I will say that if you want to get the pricing for yourself, use the YouTube shopping button down below. So these are all specific to the 16 gauge or?
Well, this may look familiar. We had one which is a different part number. So we had one that was designed for the 18 volt model, but now because this one's slightly different, this is a new part number.
Okay.
And pretty much you unloosen this, you drop the tying gun in there, you tighten it, and now you're ready to go.
You know what? I think that is lost on a lot of people, and even myself, right? When we talk about things like this handle, is this what it's called, a handle?
Extension handle, yes.
The extension handle, right? People will say, yes, it's going to make me faster. And yes, that's great for bottom line. You're going to be able to complete your projects quicker. But for me, the thing that I like about the extension handle is not having to bend over, not having to tie.
Yes.
Think about all the degenerative diseases and things that occur from those repetitive tasks on the construction site. And I love that Makita has that at the forefront of their innovation, because it's going to allow tradespeople a longer career in the trades. And this is the thing, when you're not on the job site, you're actually going to be able to enjoy your time with your loved ones, your family, the things that you love doing, and not nursing a bad back or bad knees. I love this. I love it.
Yeah. That's exactly what this was designed for. There's numerous studies done that over the course of an iron worker's career, he's going to suffer from all kinds of musculoskeletal disorders. This is it right here.
Things like this is just great for the industry. It's great for people's well-being. It's so many different levels. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Vinny.
We're with Roy, and Roy is going to help us be more aware of what's going on inside your concrete blocks.
Yeah, so this is our multi-scanner, 18 volt, right? It's been out for a few years, but this is basically to help you scan for a buried object, right?
Yeah.
So it goes up to 7-inch, right? It uses our 18 volt battery. It has a 28 hours runtime. So basically it won't tell you what the object is, but it will tell you
know
there's
there's an object there.
Right? So a lot of users for rebar, for post-tension cable, or basically any hidden object, right? So this scanner, when you scan it, there's dry concrete, wet concrete, different applications, but this is being dry concrete. as you scan, you see how it gives you a dot, right? So this dot will tell you, hey, there's a 4 and 1/16 inch deep, right? So if you look on here,
It's that
yeah,
accurate. Wow.
yeah, it's pretty accurate. It goes up to 7 inch, right? So as I keep going, right? So right here, boom, another 4 inch, 4 and 13/16. So it's pretty close to 5, right? Keep going. Boom, right here, 6 inch, right? We're right on 6, right? What people generally do is see how there's 3 lines here. The left is the wheel, the right is the other wheel, and the middle is the
So it lets
laser.
you know, I got you.
So what users do is, okay, 4 and, you know, call it 5 inch. They'll mark the spot with
Yes.
5 inch.
And then
so
maybe
they know
snap a
not to
line.
do- Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's a pretty cool little tool.
I
It's been
like
out.
that.
Yeah. It's been out for a few years, but people love it, man.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm seeing bar, we're seeing round. If for some reason, like it was an object, a tube that was square, will it show square?
It won't tell you it's a square, but it'll tell you there's a buried object.
Yeah.
So people have scanned for, you know, plastic tubing, copper pipe,
Yeah.
but the one that people use most is post tension, because that's the worst,
Yeah.
right, of drilling into. Rebar, okay, you know, not ideal. The post tension is, hey, that can cost, you know,
So like,
a lot of money.
see how it's round in here?
Mm-hmm.
See how it's round? Would it show up square?
No, I
Okay.
think round is just tell you there's a buried object.
Just as about, okay.
Yeah,
Just wanted to make sure.
yeah, yeah.
Because knowing is half the battle.
Yeah.
Roy,
Hey,
thank you so much, brother.
welcome,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
And we have the man here, Mario.
Let's go.
He's going to tell us all about it. What are we looking at?
Man, I'll tell you, we're looking at a lot here. But look, thank you for having me. Really excited to
Thanks for having us.
Introduce you to the next evolution in gas engine replacement technology. So obviously, as we know, we've had XGT in the market for about a few years now. We've launched that platform, 170 products on a slide style battery, anything from a power cutter, from a backpack vibrator and so forth, a whole bunch of products in that space, which we're really excited about. But the one piece that everybody keeps asking us about is, where's your equipment? Where's your equipment? So when we looked at the landscape, we thought, you know what? Should we make ours from scratch? Or there's a lot of great equipment manufacturers out there today that all use one thing,
A motor.
a motor.
A universal
Exactly,
motor.
a gas engine motor, anywhere from, you know, either a Honda and so forth, a GX35, GX50, and then, so we thought, why not offer these equipment manufacturers a seamless solution to be able to electrify their products? Because honestly, Vince, you know they want to.
Sure.
They're seeing their competitors come across from the pond. They want a solution. So why not bring them a solution and lean on what we do best, motors, batteries, and chargers. And that's what we have here today. The new XGT motor unit, capable of powering anything from a 25cc to 50cc gas engine.
You know why I love this? Just hearing about it, why it's so exciting for me? Multiple reasons. Number one, the OEMs that are making these tools presently don't need to figure out the battery and charger technology. And here's the other thing, Makita doesn't need to figure out all of those existing tools. So it's a win-win for both companies.
Absolutely.
You could keep doing what you do so good.
Exactly, and for them, we've made a lot of little thoughtful engineering pieces on this motor. I'll just spend a couple minutes on it. Is the fact that obviously you see the clutch mechanism that's very similar to what you have on a gas engine, but you also have two different options, either a regular spindle or a threaded spindle, depending on what the integration of that OEM needs. We also are going to have different throttle mechanisms. This is actually a simple throttle throw that you have, but if somebody wants to have a cable throttle, we have that option for them as well. Different mounting orientations, you see the on and off switch, but what if they want to mount it over here? What are you going to do? Guess what? We can move that button over here as well.
Oh, that's great.
So a lot of really thoughtful engineering pieces to, again, make it seamless for the OEM.
You know, I was going to ask a question, and then I realized I was going to say, wait, now when you order these, do you order it with which spindle, or does it come with both spindles? But here's the thing, I kind of forgot. This is only going to be a replacement for an OEM.
You got it.
So users, like end users, aren't going to necessarily be, at the moment, aren't going to be able to retrofit existing units they might own.
You got it. And that's hit the nail on the head. Our goal here is to work hand in hand with the equipment manufacturers to be able to work with them for the marriage of the product to be at their spec. So there's RPM modification capabilities, there's tuning capabilities and so forth, because we want to make sure that when they unbolt this, they put this on and have the best full experience of what their product and end user requires.
So when is this going to be available through one of the OEMs, or
Good question. We're looking to launch it the summer of this year.
Okay.
But obviously OEM integration will vary. We're hoping that we get a lot of guys watching this video that want to come over and talk to Makita, right?
And then, listen, if you were made aware from this video and you're an OEM, let me know where, I'll let you know where you can send the check to.
No, but we're probably really excited. Let me cover one thing off, and then I'll talk to you about an OEM that we're currently working on, okay? So this motor is also IPX5 rated. So this little shower that you have over here showcases that IPX5 rating, again, because it's not only built for job site environments. Most of these guys finish the day, and what do? Get a power washer and shoot a whole bunch of water on their unit before they put it away. So we want to make sure it's protected.
And you could put it away wet if it's IPX.
You got it. You got it.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
So in the last piece I'll cover with you, we talked about OEM. I want to give you an example of a current manufacturer that we're working with on board. I call it our guinea pig for now. This is a Marshalltown screed, a very reputable brand in the marketplace today.
Okay.
That's their gas engine version right there of a screed. This is their Shockwave screed. So what we've done is worked with them to be able to unbolt that GX35 motor on it, bolt our unit, our XGT, and you're ready to go. And this is a functional unit. You can experience not only the benefits of cordless, less vibration, no pull starts, low noise, but you don't sacrifice anything from a runtime perspective either. This battery, one single battery, they're testing it as we speak, but it'll give them up to 90 minutes of runtime. That's more than a single tank of gas in the GX.
On a single battery?
On a single 8 amp hour battery. So again, simple throttle, less vibration, simple on and off switch right here. You're ready to go. So no pull starts, no weather determinants. You have that same experience that you have with the gas unit day in and day out.
It's exactly the same, except you don't need gas. You just throw in the batteries.
And you're ready to go.
So here's another working unit or example of this motor in action. Got a concrete vibrator here. It should be on. You can see we have standard throttle here. And you'll be able to just go to work. That is great. Now, here's my question. You got a unit here with a single battery. Yes. How far off are we, and I know you probably can't say, but how far off are we from seeing maybe bigger units that are 80 volts or who knows?
I think that the sky's the limit here, and this is a global strategy for us, obviously.
Of course.
We're unveiling it here with you all today, and our sister companies and other markets, as well as our global headquarters, are really focused on being that gas engine replacement. So you're going to see different motors, you're going to see different operations there. So the sky's the limit. We might be having an 80 volt motor, you never know. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity for us to scale this out once we get some OEMs on board.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Good talking to you. Thank you.
And if you're as excited as I am about having a true replacement for gasoline, then smash the like button. It's free for you to do. It doesn't cost you a dime. Plus, you'll get 7 years of good luck. Let us know down in the comment section below, because we want to hear it all. Thanks a lot, everybody. I hope to see you all on the next one. At the World of Concrete for 2026. We're in the DeWalt booth with probably one of the most innovative developments at the entire show. I've pinned down Gordon here. He's going to tell us all about it. We're going to get a demonstration. This, you mark it down in your book, when you watch this video, this innovation is going to change construction forever, in my opinion. What do you think? Tell us all about it.
Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure meeting you. So, really excited to tell you about our robotic drilling solution today. So, we got approached by a contractor who's like, hey, I'm drilling thousands of holes in data centers, and it's dangerous for my guys. It's very repetitive.
Yes.
And it's really taken us a long time. So they're like, hey, there must be a better solution to all this. So we worked with our partner here at August Robotics, who's a local Las Vegas-based robotics company, and they had developed a robot to mark for conventions like this.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, we've got a really awesome rotary hammer and dust extractor. Let's maybe combine these together so that we can automate that process of drilling holes in the ground. Now, it's like, wait a second, well, why would that matter so much? Well, you got these data centers and they're putting, on average, 7,000 holes in a room. For a team of people to do that, it takes them 7 to 8 weeks on their schedule.
How many men?
The numbers off the top, like maybe a crew of like 10 to 12 people.
So a crew of 10 to 12 people. So you said how many? 7 weeks?
Yeah, 7 weeks at least on the schedule.
7 weeks for we're going to call it 10 men.
Yeah.
Okay. How long does it take the robot to do it?
So when we ran this for them,
Yes.
we took 4 robots on that same job site,
4 robots.
7 days.
7 days. So 7 weeks, 7 days. I'm not good at math. Maybe we should have the robot do the math too. Like,
I know,
what
I'm not good at that either.
What kind of time? Like, think about the time savings by using the robot. Here's the other thing though that kind of excites me with insurance premiums on the rise. I mean, you have to. I'm sure you will insure the robot, but is it as much as workers' comp?
Yeah, well, if you think about it, when we always think about hazards, OSHA, things like that, removing the hazard completely is one of the key ways to make it better.
Do you know what the funny part is that so we've walked the show, we see a lot of innovation that talks about safety and how to extend the life of people in the trades. And that means a lot to me. I've seen people like friends, family, relatives with debilitating illnesses and injuries, and it affects them, right?
The vibration, the dust, everything like that.
I think it's crazy that DeWalt, instead of building a better handheld tool for a person to use, they've eliminated the person in the capacity of the physical activity, and they're using a robot. You can't be any more like proactive for extending the person's career in the trades. The people that were operating the rotary hammers are now able to operate the tool via tablet or
Exactly, yeah. So we took our partners here, Union Steam Fitters, had never used a robot before. We trained them on how to use the system, and now they run the robot. So these guys, they love doing this.
So it's pretty intuitive.
It's very intuitive.
Let me ask you a question. I don't know if you're able to. Might take my job.
Yeah. Sure. So the way it works is we will get a contract drawing from the contractor, so a layout of their floor of their building.
Okay.
So if they're using BIM or virtual design, CAD, things like that, we'll upload that onto our tablet to show us the location of their holes, but also any obstacles as well. So after we've uploaded that onto here, we'll lay out control points on the ground so we know what the building's dimensions are.
Okay.
And then we'll set up what we call our guiding station over there. So think of it for folks in the industry, a total station.
Okay.
So that you know exactly where you are in the building. Once you've set that up, then the robot can talk to the guiding station to see, hey, where am I in relation
To the points.
on the floor? Exactly. So there's no need for layout. You don't need to actually put anything on the ground because the guiding station will tell the robot exactly where it needs to go. So the whole layout portion that you have to do, you don't have to do that anymore.
So I don't know if I'm asking too many like questions that
No,
are
please.
proprietary, but so those points, like before, we've done distribution centers for large online retailers, and they would use at points their robot system worked on cabling in the floor. None of that's necessary anymore. So it's using like radio, or how's it working point wise? How's it communicating?
Good question. So we are actually using Wi-Fi and lasers. So it creates a mesh network.
Okay.
So it's a fleet-based system. So you can actually have multiple guiding stations on your site. So instead of having a one-to-one relationship where how you're saying like, got to follow a cable or something on the floor, no worries for that. This guiding station, if it gets blocked, if I'm in the way, if you've got multiple of them set up, it'll talk to another guiding station. And they can free drive from point to point, and then they check in to make sure they're in the right spot.
Wow, we're literally in the future. We have arrived in the future, in my opinion. Can you do a demo for us?
Absolutely. I'm gonna have folks step back a little bit here.
Okay.
So we can step off to the side here. So what happens here, when I hit the run command, you'll notice that laser there is shining on to that robot. So that's determining distance. That's gonna determine how close it is. Now you might notice this robot's gonna shimmy a little bit. It's gonna move side to side, front to back, to narrow down to that point within 1/8 of an inch. That's the accuracy of this thing. So once it confirms it's in the correct spot, it then issues the command to the robot to say, hey, go ahead and drill. and then you'll see that rotary hammer there start dropping down,
Okay.
and then it's going to turn on the dust extractor and begin drilling. So we're drilling right. I think we're in the right spot. So you see it's lowered itself down. And as it's doing this, it's updating the operator so they can see what holes are done and which ones aren't. So now that it finishes that hole, it's going to drive right over here and do that missing hole right there. There is a LiDAR camera on there, so you think your Waymos, your self-driving cars, same technology on the front there. So that way, because a job site, they're busy, you can't just have a clear haul. There might be a pallet in the way, a lift in the way. So again, it's going to check in, make sure it's in the correct spot. It's going to shift a little bit. It can move side to side. It's on Omni wheels. And you'll notice they're pretty nonchalant about being around it. Like, it keeps everything contained.
Listen, think about all the particulate that's not becoming air. Like, it almost doesn't seem like work is being done because there's no fanfare about it.
Exactly.
It's crazy how efficient it is.
It's kind of funny when we started showing this to people, they're like, oh man, this is super cool. You see the robot drive around, and then they got like kind of bored of it because they're like, oh, it's just doing what you expect it to do. It's going to the spot you told it to, and it puts the hole there.
Yeah, you want to laugh? I'm going to go back to the thing. Yeah, it's doing what you would expect it to do. Yeah, it's doing the job. It's not complaining about the job. It's not complaining about, it's just getting the job done. There's no fanfare. You don't have to have like psychology classes with your with your employees. It's amazing.
Yeah, the really cool thing about this is just the schedule savings that the contractor gets, but it's also the safety. It's the productivity.
I agree. Totally agree. And it's great for insurance premiums. Listen, it's an investment, of course.
It is an investment.
But the reality is that the return and the savings in those other aspects, I love it. Listen, I love my insurance broker, but I really hate the insurance companies.
You'd love to pay them less.
I would love to pay them less. I think this is terrific.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you so much for the demonstration. This is, what do they call it? This is the belle of the ball, bro. In my opinion, in my humble opinion. Let us know down in the comment section below what you think, though. Do you love this innovation? I gotta tell you, here's the thing. A lot of people have believed, like, for instance, with the emergence of AI and the robots, people have said that construction we're pretty much safe because robots can't do our job. Is this the beginning of the end? Everyone, we want to know. Leave it all below. With that, I want to say I appreciate each and everyone for being here. Thanks a lot, everybody. Hope to see you all on the next one. We're at World of Concrete, and we are with one of my favorite people at this entire show. Chris is going to walk us through all the new offerings at Martinez. What do you got, bro?
How you been, buddy?
Everything is great. Everything goes so fast. I can't believe it's like a year already.
I know, it's crazy, right?
Yes.
Well, we've learned so much in this year. And VCG family, what's up, guys? Love you so much. Our users, they know Martinez is about what we say the 3 Ps. Performance, best performing. User protection, because the titanium handle doesn't really get that shock and hurt you so you can swing. And then preference, all of our new colors. We try to be really receptive to the market.
Yeah.
The last year, our head engineer, Jim Akins, and we've been getting all of these requests.
Yeah.
And the request is, hey, we need something for the trades. We need something smaller, more precision. So it's the 4th P in our lineup. So we came out with the new 10.5-inch MK18. It's brilliant.
So
that's our titanium head on this. The whole setup weighs less than a pound.
it's crazy. I love the small form factor. If I got to get in tight trim
Right.
work. I mean, I got to be honest. There's not a ton of times where I'm hand nailing trim anymore.
Right,
But
correct.
still, if you got to get in there in a tight spot, you want a smaller hammer.
And sometimes it's not just about nailing, sometimes it's just about material movement.
Yes.
Sometimes you gotta knock trim a little bit. And so that's what we did, but that's great, but everyone asked, hey, Can we get a brick hammer? Yes, you can. So this is our 10.5-inch handle again with our Predator style head.
So this handle is the 10.5. You could swap from brick to trim, whatever.
Yes.
I didn't realize that at first. I thought this was like a designated brick hammer handle, but it's not.
It's not. It's not. And what's really cool is one thing we've done this year is, do you see where it says ARP on that?
Yes.
It's American Racing Products out of California, American made bolt. We've upgraded this so it has a lot of flexibility but still super strong, allowing you to swap heads after you've just been all day.
Heck yeah.
Now, once again, the MK18 handle on our traditional M79. Where we had a lot of people say, once again, user feedback, this is great, but it's not Martinez great.
Okay.
So what we did, brand new at this show, we're launching also the M80. The footprint is the exact same, but since it's flat,
Yes.
we've got 9 extra ounces in it.
You could feel the weight, but still, like,
Right.
It
Well,
feels-
it gives you good control with that 10.5-inch size, right?
yeah, I like it. I love it, actually. When it comes to like things like hammers, some people will look at me because I light up,
Right.
but I geek out over this stuff. And the other thing is that because of the engineering and thoughtfulness built into the designs, if it's going to reduce fatigue, this is where I want to be in my older age, you know?
Well, most certainly. Like, we're not, some of us aren't 25 anymore. I know you're about to hit 30, but we get those concrete pins and we can drive them if you need to hit the occasional duplex nail and just get it in the side of a batter board or something, you can do that. But we listened to our users and they said, hey, we need flat sides.
Yeah.
Because occasionally we need to get in a tight area where we can't get that full swing radius, but we need still a good surface
That
area.
makes sense.
To make the world's oldest tool innovative, it's not always easy, but thankful to our awesome engineer, Jim Akins, and our users. Hey guys, thank you for always telling us what you want. We do listen. Like those comments online, we're there, we got you.
It's funny, I just had this conversation not that long ago. We're talking about striking instruments, and they've been around for thousands of years. How could you build more innovation into it? But clearly, you do.
Well, let me tell you, when I said trades, oh, there's more coming here.
Really?
Oh, there's more coming.
What does that mean? Like, you can't tell me.
We don't sleep much.
No. I can't believe how versatile this one handle is, though.
It's pretty amazing. So just think non-traditional carpentry rolls that people have asked us about. And then also, we added our new Cerakote camo line. And then maybe coming soon.
You know what I love? Is that, look, here's the deal. You're paying for the quality of Martinez. I like the idea that you're giving them the option to get it in the color that they want. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like it is an extra a value add to the proposition, right?
Well, what's so amazing too is we're a small brand,
Yeah.
11 people, so we can be really responsive. And you know that the people that actually build and pack this, we're out of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
We're made all over the country, but it's all made in the US. So it's all Americans building this, making this, selling this, the best hammer in the world. So that's a real big source of pride for us.
Dude, I don't even know. I kind of like come and meet with you, and I want to ask you a billion questions and not seem like, I feel like you take all the words out. Like, there's nothing for me to ask. Like, so what's next?
Well, I can tell you what's next. And it's one thing we want to do. I know it's very unprofessional to turn your back to the users, but we want to do something for y'all's audience. You guys have been so great to us. So, coming soon on your channel, this is another American-made case. And what we would like to do is offer whatever color assembly works. We want to give this away for your users.
The pry bar?
It's our titanium pry bar.
Wow.
You're going to get the M1 framing hammer.
Oh, I love this.
Because we're a transferable head system,
Yeah.
we're going to give you a smooth head as well. And you're going to get one of our aluminum rapid squares.
I use that every day. Every day. I love the square. There's so much mat built in too.
Well, should we go a little crazy and maybe give them one with the new magnetic heel in it? Do you think we should probably do that for your users?
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah, let's do that.
I love this from walking out. I just love it.
Yeah, so, and just wait. There's more innovation coming on the measuring and layout side tool this year. We are we put in a lot of time, a lot of energy, and I think the precision that a lot of your users use, and we hear that, and our goal this year is to be the most, we already have that, but we want to step it up a bit with the most accurate squares.
I love the passion.
Combination squares, whatever we might come out with this year, we want to do. So, coming soon to your channel, we'll be delivering this to you.
I appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate
Thank you so
you
much
guys.
for having us.
Thanks all, PCG family.
This is amazing. We're at World of Concrete for 2026, and we are with the Dean of Spyder University in the Spyder booth. I gotta tell you, Jim, I've looked around. There's a lot of exciting stuff. Hopefully you could show us all.
Oh yeah, we got all kinds of stuff set up here, Vince. You wanna take a look over here. What we're introducing this year is our carbide bits,
Okay.
SDS Max. We got Cameron here. So what we've got is 4 carbide cutters on this, right?
So it looks like a solid carbide head.
It is.
Fused to the bit.
Yeah, that's all carbide, baby. Want to see it work?
Of course.
Let's go.
Do I want to give it? You can give it a go. I'll let the pros do it.
And what we're looking for here is speed and longevity, right? So right now we're testing very high against our competition, right? So we're testing really way out of the park here. Nice and fast.
That's beautiful. Yo, I lied. Can I give it a shot? That is pretty awesome. I gotta be honest, I've not seen a full carbide head like this from some of the competition. I've only seen this one other place.
And that's going to be ours. Now we are going to offer a 2-cutter head.
Okay.
Price point, opening price point, but this is bell of the ball, right? This is what we
You're
want.
not kidding. I was definitely shocked when I saw it.
One of our other things that we're demoing here is our spline drive impact sockets, right? So we got spline drive. What that does is you don't have to change out your sockets, right? You got a 6-point, a 12-point, you got a rounded head, a star head, 50% rounded, right? So all you need is that one socket. So these are new. Go ahead and give that one a shot. Just rip that bad boy down in there.
They hold on so well.
Right?
More contact points in more places.
Exactly.
So less deformation.
Right. So you're not rounding out any heads.
Yeah.
Right? But also, if your head is rounded out,
It will take them off.
right, they'll take it off.
I gotta tell you, like, it's great to have overall solutions. Like, not only are you wide, you're going deep. So you could drill the holes, and now you can set the fasteners too. That's great.
This is our diamond bite blade,
Okay.
right? And we've put that on an angle grinder, and we're cutting through 2-inch thick steel tubing, concrete filled with rebar.
I find myself taking diamond style cutoff wheels
Right.
and just cutting almost everything with them, even stuff I'm not supposed to be cutting with them. But it's great to see such a wide array of materials that are applicable here.
What do you have, other than a steel core, right? What we have is bonded abrasive.
Yep.
Right, so you get bonded abrasive all over the place. The problem with that is that wears, right? Changes the diameter of the blade, right? So that bonded abrasive is going to shrink on you, and then you got to replace it. Okay. This isn't going to shrink on you. This is going to keep cutting. Okay. So you're not changing your diameter, right? That's going to make it safer.
Yeah.
On that bonded abrasive, as you're changing that diameter, you can tend to get off, your cut one way or another, and then shatter that blade.
Okay.
Right? And
that
then
makes sense.
polarity ensues, right? Here, right? Steel core, that's not going anywhere.
Right.
Right? So safety is a big thing. Now, what we're showing you is what it can do. This this isn't normal for that kind of blade, but we like to kind of show off a little bit.
If you have concrete in your conduit, you got bigger problems.
All right, so what we've got is a high-speed steel pilot bit, arbor adapter, and a TCT cup. So we got those big TCT teeth on there. That bad boy is for ripping through clean wood, MDF, things like that. Not nail embedded. Right. But if you're running Romex through walls and you've got to cut, 20 holes, what you want is speed.
Sure.
Right. So let's show it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I thought you said TCT, so I'm going to grab that. But
That's right.
We'll show that in a minute.
Okay. Now with hole saws, what's the problem with hole saws? Where's the pain point?
Nobody likes to have to pull that plug out of there.
Right. So a Spyder, Rapid Core Eject, okay? And that's it. So you pop that off, and now we're good to go for another hole.
Unmatched.
Right? Okay, so now, since we've got this longer arbor for this Rapid Core Eject, right? So it's longer.
Yep.
What that allows us to do is make a steeper angle cut if we need to do that, right? So you pull the cup back, go in, score the material, lock your cup forward, and now you got your channels. So all the way through, you got your channels, just hold on and go, okay? Now, another common problem is, oh no, wrong size hole.
Yep.
Okay, again, because we've got this long bit and arbor, right? That allows us to stack our cups. So now our original cup becomes the center point or the pilot. And now we've just enlarged that hole. And of course, on all of our different flavors of hole saws, you get the Rapid Core Eject.
Sure, oh yeah.
But now, if you're cutting sheet metal with, say, our bimetal or our tarantula, it's not really an issue. Everything just kind of falls out. But it's nice. It's a nice one to have.
I'm still stuck on the enlargement though. I have to go back to it because I love it so much. It's so handy. People will say, oh, you could do that. You could put up a template. Who wants to deal with all that?
It takes time.
Yes. Time is money.
That takes so much time. On our arbor adapter, we've got keeper pins, right? So that's going to keep it off the thread, so when you're tightening, right, you're not actually tightening the cup on the arbor adapter. So another solution for enlarging a hole is you take your larger cup, you screw it down as far as you can, and then maybe you got a couple threads left, and you put that smaller one on. The problem is you can't use those keeper pins anymore, and then everything tightens down.
Okay.
So yeah, you can enlarge. People say, oh, you can stack ours with a standard one.
You don't recommend that with this though? Just use the tool.
Just use it. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. Also, the nice thing about this TCT is if you're dealing with cinder block.
Okay.
Yep. Nice, clean hole.
Heck yeah.
We've got our spade bit. You've seen traditional spade bits, okay? What we've got is our self-feeding, right, tip. Go ahead and rip one through there, Alex. Once you get that tip in, you just go, you're hanging on, right? So it's just gonna auto feed.
Do it left-handed. You're right.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that? I heard if you brush your teeth with your right hand, a good way to build new neurological pathways in your brain is to brush your teeth with your left hand. Yo, I feel smarter already just by drilling that one hole.
There's similar technology out there, but what we've done just up ante a little bit is we've cut these grooves right here.
Yeah.
Okay? What that does is if you're going into pulpy material, wet pulpy material, this can get clogged, right? It'll wrap around there and then your self-feeding doesn't work anymore. Those channels help clear that so that we can go all the way through.
Yeah.
Also, if we're going into some gnarly stuff like MDF over and over again, building up heat,
Yep.
then you get that adhesion going on in there, everything starts to stick. Those channels will help
to
declog
clear
that,
it out.
right?
Yeah. I will say this. I'm so happy to see that Spyder doesn't just like rest on their laurels, because one of my first experiences with Spyder years ago was a different generation of spade bits, and it didn't self-feed the way this generation does. And people were saying, no, it's not the same. They're improving their products year after year, year over year, and you are. This is a monster.
So one of the things that what we want to do is we want to take your tool, right, this expensive part, and we want to save that tool.
Yeah.
Right? So if we make it easier for that tool to work, we're going to save the expensive stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Also, if we're saving the work on the tool, you're saving the work on the body, right? By the end of the day, right, if we make it easier to pop holes and cut things, easier on the body.
Very true.
Right? So that's kind of, when we go through development, we're thinking all the things, how can we want to make it faster, we want to make it last longer, but our overarching goal, make it easier on the tool, make it easier on the person.
I love it, because I'm getting older and I only have so many miles left.
Yeah, it's coming for us all.
The other thing is, in addition to the tool, if the accessories you're using work more efficiently, it's easier on the battery. The batteries are consumables. They only have a finite amount of charge and discharge cycles. You don't want to have to keep buying batteries because you're using the wrong accessories.
Exactly. Good point. Yeah. So we've taken the recip blade, we put some big old carbide gnarly teeth on that bad boy. Now good for pruning, right?
Yeah.
Pruning some trees, okay? Also, it'll go through brick and cinder block, okay?
This is just so I know. Is this brand new?
No, this has been around. We've had this for a while.
Wow.
It's just kind of an unsung hero. So all day long. So we can cut clean holes if we're building a retaining wall, right? We just need a quick cut on that last block.
Yeah, there's so many places you could come in handy.
Right.
Guess what? You know why it's even better? Let's just say you would use something traditional like a grinder. Now you have all that dust everywhere. And if you're in enclosed spaces, I'd rather use that all day long.
Exactly.
Okay.
What we have here is what we call our 3x3, okay? And that's teeth all the way around. Okay, again, kind of going back to that safety thing.
Yeah.
Now, you can plunge cut with a traditional recip blade all day long. People have been doing it forever. But once you get that cut in, sometimes now you got to start manipulating that saw. Now we're going to flip it over. We're going to do, maybe some shady stuff, right? Stand on a ladder, okay? Well, now with this blade, we can cut on all three sides. Okay, so we can get in with that nose,
yeah,
right, and then we can cut up, down, left, right. We don't have to come out. We don't have to switch blades. We don't have to, swap that tool around, right?
Yeah.
Now, of course, we're demoing, some drywall, but if you can do MDF, you can do OSB, right? It's just going to take a little bit longer, right? But you start in, get your channel going, plunge cut, and have game on.
I like it.
Right? So, auger bit, we kind of took that same technology. Now, we've got our spade bit here, fast, light, okay, but maybe we got to get in some meatier material,
okay, over and over again, right? So you need something a little bit more aggressive, something that's going to last longer. But you see, we've taken that same technology, we put it as self-feeding, anti-clog, right? So even you got speed over here, now we need a little bit of power, but we've got that same, just hold on, get that tip in, and it's going to pull you through that material. You have the extra oomph from the ejection. This way it's clearing out that cutter head.
Exactly.
So you're able to get deeper quicker.
Right.
I mean, I love a spade bit, but if you're drilling maybe, you know, like you said, multiple inches, this is going to get the job done.
Spade bits are great, man. They're fast, right? But if you nail strike with one,
oh yeah,
right?
Is this?
So this will take a nail strike. Okay, it's not going to cut.
Yeah.
But this will take a little bit more abuse than your spade bit, and it'll keep going for you, right? But now if we bury it in some material, you know, that's got some hardened screws in it and stuff, you're going to kind of blow out your.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The arbor for this is a 7/16?
It is.
So do you have a line of accessories for that, as far as chucking in and such?
So we're kind of a hodgepodge right now.
Yes.
Where we've got some are 7/16, some are round, right? And we're trying to kind of tighten that up. So this is our black series, right? So this is kind of our just opening, you know, it's good, it works well.
Yeah.
Not real tricky, right? It's just a really good, decent blade.
Solid blade.
Right, solid blade.
Get the job done.
Right? So, carbide, right, on both sides. This is brand new.
These are brand new to the
These are brand
market.
new. This is the first time I'm seeing it.
You're seeing it here.
This is brand new. And of course, tile bit for tile.
And you recommend, like, how many RPM with this?
So when you're going through that harder material, you want to slow down.
Okay.
Right?
Wow, that was fast.
Quick, right? Quick and clean is what we're looking for, right? Nice, clean hole.
So this is good for ceramic, porcelain,
Yeah.
glass?
Yeah.
Glass.
Glass.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Okay. Right, so now we're talking.
Yeah, for real. I have to see it again. I didn't see any walking.
Right.
That's the important, like, especially with glass and such, like, no walking.
So take a look at that tip. That carbide goes all the way up, nice
Yeah.
and sharp.
And it's a nice point.
Yeah, so we're not walking.
I like that. You know why I say so? I like it because I've been met with multiple, like, obstacles where all this stuff. I wish I had that. You know what I'm thinking?
Exactly. Well, and that's one of the things that we work off of, right? Is, you know, now we're not trades guys, right? But we want to service guys like you.
Sure, sure.
And so we listen to that feedback. You know, what are your pain points, right? And guys like you are coming up and they're telling us, and we have our design team and our engineering team here in Las Vegas, and they listen. And if it's a good idea, we can make it happen. We can make these things happen in like 90 days.
Do you want to hear what my pain point really is? The tile guys, I want to do a perfect job, and tiling a backsplash so tight to the box that when they go to set the decor switches and outlets in there, the screws, they have nowhere to go because the tile's there, and then we have to come back and drill the holes. Right. That is going to make that return trip a lot easier. Thank you.
Nice and thick. It's not.
Let me feel this.
Yeah.
Baby.
If you look at the teeth orientation, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So they're what do they call that?
So this is offset.
Offset. There you go.
So it's an offset pattern on the carbide.
Beautiful. For this, we're able to cut like strut. How thick of steel? Like, what are we? Is this a thick steel?
This is thick. Yeah. So it goes through thick steel, cast iron.
Okay.
Right. I mean, we're talking some really tough material here. Rip it.
Nice. Have you been using this blade all day? All right, let's take a look at these teethuses. Man, I don't know. Looks pretty good.
Right? As long as those teeth stay on, you keep cutting.
All day, yeah, for real.
All day, been cutting this. I've cut black pipe.
So today, you cut cast iron or black pipe. How many cuts do you, give us an approximation?
Probably 10 on each so far, right?
Okay. So 10 on each, black pipe and this strut.
And we're gonna keep going.
You can.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going. It's shows like this where we can really find out where the rubber meets the road, right? So we've got our tarantula. What I get asked a lot is this good on stainless steel, right? And what's the question? What are we really asking? Does it discolor? Does it heat up and discolor my stainless steel? So that's kind of what we're showing here with these products, is that we can drill through, we can make holes, step bits, mock blue, drill bits, and all of these can go through stainless steel without discoloring it and building up that heat. And then, of course, when we go through it, we've got our blue goo.
Anything to keep the temperature down.
Anything.
Sure, especially with stainless steel.
Right. So this is our traditional mock blue coating, right? Proprietary coating. It's blue. So we rolled with it. We call it our mock blue, right? And what we're doing is we're keeping that blade cool.
Yes.
Okay. We can keep those cutting lips engaged. Do it with mock blue.
I also caught some of the.
We caught some of the runner on the bottom. Blue goo. Sorry.
Brandon, how many holes do you think you have on that bit alone so far?
The pilot there, to this, to that, 6.
So you have 6 holes on that. Okay.
So then we've got that same technology on our step bits, right? So we're going through sheet metal, things like that. I love the step bit because it's a dial of diameter.
So do I.
What we've got new is called Tetraclad. Okay, so new proprietary coating.
Okay.
Okay, so same thing. What we're trying to do, keep everything cool.
Yes.
Right. Keep everything cool. Everything stays sharper. Cuts longer. 14-inch concrete saw.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Segmented for speed. Right. We're trying to be fast.
Okay.
Okay. So directional arrows. Right. Punch through, so it doesn't wear off. Okay, so we always know which direction we're going in. Okay, but everything that we're doing here is for speed.
Okay.
Okay, so
I have a question.
Yeah.
Being that it's optimized for speed, getting through the material quicker, would that mean that potentially it may be thinner? And does that mean, in addition, it would be optimized for cordless as well?
Yes. So anytime we're talking about speed, we're optimizing for that cordless.
And I think with the industry trending towards cordless, it's like music to people's ears if they know that this is made for potentially to preserve batteries.
Absolutely. And what we have over here is actually a cordless concrete saw.
Okay.
So that's what we're running.
I saw a hose. I thought it was a cord.
Water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a question. When it comes to this product in particular, you're saying it's optimized for speed. It's going to preserve battery life because of that. But why Spyder as opposed to the competition?
So really what we're doing, so this is a starting point for us.
Yes.
Right? So we've had this in the line for a while. What makes it unique, some of these channel cuts.
Okay.
Right? And the shape of the segments.
Okay.
Okay. So if you have a big, long, just diamond segment,
yes,
it drags through the material, right? So we lighten that up, make it speed up a little bit. So right now, this is what we've got. What we're coming out with is now this will go through rebar. I've done it myself.
Okay.
I've cut a Jersey barrier in half with this, okay? With one blade. So we know the longevity's there. It's a tough little blade. Our next one, even tougher, it's gonna be longer lasting.
So you have a new generation.
We do.
On the way.
On the way.
How?
You're gonna see probably mid-year.
Okay.
Yeah, about mid-year.
Speaking of the carbide, the relief cuts here, do they help with like maybe removing slurry from the cut?
Clearing
clear
material, absolutely.
So there's like a lot of engineering, a lot of thought went into making this blade. That's awesome. It looks great too. So me being a small business owner, like if you can catch their eye,
yes,
And you know, even if it catches their eye to give it a chance and they've never tried it before, now they try it and it's superior. You know, you gotta get them.
So you know, we're a medium-sized company. We've been around the block, right? But you know, we're tough. We like to punch above our weight class, right? So going up against these bigger companies and stuff, we love that challenge, right? And what can we bring to the market that hasn't been there? Yeah. You know, because we can't forget about guys like you that are out in the field using our product. So that's why we're out pitching it. You know, we're pitching it to you guys and getting that feedback from you. And that's our grassroots effort. If we can get it in your hands and you like it.
And that's the thing, like even with, and I know like you're about the performance and how it performs, but here's the thing, like the art department, they have their place because it could be the greatest product in the world, but if nobody knows about it yet, it doesn't matter. Like you guys I think you guys are doing a pretty good job.
Thank you, we appreciate that. We try really hard. Yeah. So all of the folks that you've seen here doing the demos, these are our engineers.
So they're engineers and they work in-house. Yes. This isn't like a marketing team you've hired. No. So everyone here, from what I'm understanding, are people that are pretty much, it's not like they're here collecting a paycheck. No. They want to make sure that it's shown in the best light and it performs the way it's supposed to. Absolutely. I love it.
And they want to understand it. They want to understand where we can get better. Yeah. And the way you do that is you use the tools. So you come out to places like this and you spend a couple of days getting your hands on. Yeah. And now my engineers are like, oh, wait a minute. I think I can make this better.
There you go.
Right? So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jim, I appreciate you really are what is the title again?
The Dean of Spyder University.
The Dean of Spyder University. We appreciate all your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by.
What's up, everybody? We're at World of Concrete for 2026, and we're in the Milwaukee booth. We're with Joe in the Milwaukee booth.
It's great to see you again,
This is great content because I will get a ton of interaction. I know all of the questions will be, is Joe that tall or are you that short, Vince?
I don't know. Let the viewers decide.
What do we have today?
Hey, Vince. Well, thanks for coming by the booth. What we've got today is our all-new M18 Fuel 7 1/4 rear handle circular saw with one key. Right, so this is going to be an addition to our lineup. Yep. You know, it's going to have the same performance and feature set that your viewers have come to know and love with the Gen 2 model that we launched last year. Okay. Right, we're going to take it up a notch here with our all-new one-key integration. So it's our inventory management and tracking solution that has been on the market for quite a few years now. We also have VacLink wireless dust collection. So, you know, we're starting to see the rise of dust mandates on site, or hey, maybe you're just a framer that's doing an indoor basement job, right? To be able to automatically and seamlessly, automate your dust collection control needs on site with just a mere, trigger pull is huge, right? So, and then beyond that, last but not least, we have our all new AutoStop anti-kickback protection on this saw. You're going to see it on all 3 of our saws here. We also have our Sidewinder model over in our kickback demo over here that we can get into here in a little bit. But that's really what's new about this saw compared to our baseline saw.
So there's no additional, we don't need fobs like the non-one key enabled saws, is that correct?
Correct, right.
So that'll all be built in on the tool and you pair it with the vac or?
Yeah, absolutely, right. So it's going to be built into the tool. We've got our VacLink button right up here in front of the battery. And what that allows you to do is pair, unpair, or even pause operation of VacLink, right? And it's going to be compatible with any of our Bluetooth or any of our VacLink extractors. We do have our 9-gallon 2-battery extractor here. We also are running our Nexus vacuum, our new one that we showed at Pipeline over here on this demo here too.
You know, for me being a general contractor, with our focus a lot of times on roll out and remodel,
sure.
Things that we are doing are generally in occupied spaces. So I know not everybody gets all excited about like dust control, but for me, it makes my job easier. We used to have, when things like VacLink and weren't a thing, I'd have to designate one person to come and clean up behind everybody. We spent a full 8-hour shift just doing that, getting ready to clean up at the end of the shift. So it's a lot of time saved when you have things like that built into the tools. I think it's great.
It's a great extension of anybody's brand, right? A clean job site is a great job site, right? And it results to a higher quality product at the end of the day. And we want to ensure this saw is built for the future, right? So excited to bring this out. This is gonna, all three of these saws are gonna be around late summer this year.
Okay.
This is gonna sell at a $50 premium to our baseline model, right? So for those three features, you're gonna get 1 key, VacLink, and AutoStop anti-kickback.
I have one more question about the 1 key feature, because I always get a lot of questioning besides like inventorying of the tools. You're gonna be able to run the VacLink. Are there any other features that are enabled, or is there anything that you could do? Like people ask, can I slow the blade down, for instance, if I'm cutting different materials? I think the answer is no, but I just want to hear it from you.
Yeah, so I know we apply 1 key differently on some products. You may have some customization of different features on the tool.
Okay. On
this tool, it's just gonna be baseline inventory management and tool tracking, right? So
Perfect.
It's gonna be what you come to know and expect from the baseline suite of features. So you're not gonna be able to change your blade speed on this saw.
Perfect.
Unfortunately, but continue to pass the feedback along to us.
Yeah,
and
sure.
if that becomes a need in the future, we're always willing to listen. Do you have time for one more demo? This is our
Come on,
kickback
let's go
demo.
do it. Yeah.
I'd love to show this to you. So this is the equivalent of cutting between 2 sawhorses. We've got positive stops right here. So as we push through this board, it's gonna pinch that kerf and bind this blade.
So you're gonna set or cut this board? Is that what
I'm gonna do it, right? And we're gonna showcase this AutoStop feature, and the tool's gonna shut down, right, as advertised.
Yo, we're gonna let Joe do it here, because the idea of spending this much money on a 2x12 to center cut it and wait, I'm like, I let Milwaukee waste their money on that one.
That's right.
Jeez.
So stay focused on my finger too as well. I am not gonna release it off the trigger, and pay attention to the tool and how it operates. Right. Finger on the trigger, AutoStop light is flashing, the tool is shut down. Take a second, recenter yourself, and you're back to work, right? We know that kickback can happen, right, from a variety of different sources, whether it's your first day on site or you're a 20-year veteran that's just having a bad day, right?
Yeah.
It could be warped lumber, a bad blade, right? A dull blade, anything that maybe lost of control. So it's random and it can happen in a fraction of a second, and this saw is gonna have your back in those scenarios.
You know what's the funny part of you're saying that? Even as a pro that's been in the business since I was a child, I find myself rushing in times, I'll just do this real quick. And that's when kickback will happen. That, just being unsafe because you think, it's not a big deal. I don't have to set up horses. I could cut this on the fly. And then at least your saw's got your back.
Absolutely, and through our investment in machine learning, we've been able to reduce any kind of nuisance trips or shutdowns, right? So it's a very accurate model on the saw. We look at a variety of different inputs throughout the design here. We're looking at blade speed, rotation, any kind of sudden jerks, right? There's a lot that goes in and feeds this model, and that's why it's so accurate, and that's why it's so we're confident that it's gonna be able to change the game on job sites across America and the world.
So all of that safety that's built in is on the 1 key model.
It's not. So it's separate under the one. So it's not necessarily tied to 1 key.
Oh, so it's not necessarily 1 key.
Yep. So it's tied to AutoStop, right? And every tool is going to do AutoStop a little bit differently, depending on what their needs are and what their challenges are within the application. Okay. Because there's so many variables here, right? It requires a really advanced, level of technology to be able to make sense of all that.
So, but here's my question, and maybe I'm not hearing it
Sure.
right. The AutoStop feature, is that found on the standard not 1 key saws as well?
It's not, right?
So it's on the 1 key.
It's only on the 1 key model of the 7 1/4 circular saw.
Gotcha.
For a $50 premium above our baseline, right? You're going to get 1 key, VacLink, and AutoStop, and that differentiation is consistent no matter if you're on the Sidewinder or the rear handle, right? Blade left or right, we don't care which way you lean. We want to make sure that you use our saw on site to keep you safe.
I gotta be honest, for the $50, the investment, it just makes sense. If you're investing in the saw from Milwaukee, why not go 1 key and get the additional safety? I think it's great.
It's quite the bargain, Vince, and we hope your viewers agree too as well. And you're going to see this in late summer this year, guys. So stay tuned, and thanks for coming to the show.
Are the right line of sight saws? They're a lot cheaper than the left line of sight saws, right?
Because
if it's not left line of sight, it's not right. Nick here has some new interesting Packout offerings.
Yes, sir.
Is this new at the show? First time ever?
Yep, just announcing it at the show. So still got a couple months before it comes out here.
Okay.
But we got our new XL crate. This is the wire pulling kit version.
All right.
And then just the normal XL crate with a saleable divider over here on the side.
Nice.
So XL crate's gonna be a 75-pound weight capacity and then a 50-pound weight capacity in transit.
All right.
And then with your XL here, you're gonna be able to fit up to 6 500-foot spools of 12 gauge wire. And you can actually just pull right out of the crate here.
I'm dying to see the mechanism inside. Is there a post that runs through, or?
Yeah, we can pop these off real quick.
Oh, so it's new side carriages, it looks like, or something?
Yeah, so these inserts, if you buy it as the kit, they're gonna come pre-installed. If you ever want to take them out, it's just 2 screws on either side. You can just pull those out, slide it out, get a little more room. And then it's a little awkward to do it from the side here, but
so it's just conduit in there.
Yep, so exactly.
All right, cool. So you buy the side carriages, we're gonna call them. Is that
yeah,
what?
inserts.
The technical term is insert, right? We buy these and then you just retrofit it as you need it.
Yep,
and
exactly.
You said you could 75 for pulling, but 50 pounds for transit.
Yeah, so if you have it in transit, it'll be 50 pound, but if it's just on your stack or sitting in your shop or on the job site, it'll be 75 pounds.
Cool. I know a lot of people have been asking for this. They have to be excited that it's coming to market. What else we got Packout wise?
Yeah, so we got actually 2 other crates right here. So I'll bring these right back up front for you. So first one we'll start out with on the bottom here, or I guess middle, is gonna be our new low profile crate. So when you buy this, we only have a couple dividers in it right now just to show some kind of different uses, but it'll come full of your dividers. So you'll be able to split it into 12 slots. And then if you want your organizer bin, so if you got it full of parts or fittings, you can just drop your organizer bin right in there, make it a little bit easier. This middle divider is also included, which will allow you to stack compact on top.
That's awesome. Is this one new?
This is also new. This is the one I'm most excited for, to be honest.
You guys come out with so much stuff, I lose track of. I'm like, wait a minute, did I see that before?
Yeah, fun stuff, man. So this compact one though, so it's gonna be a 30-pound weight capacity on this.
Okay.
My favorite part is this handle/bar right here. So you can use it to lock compact on top.
All right.
Otherwise, you can just pull it up and it's gonna be a handle, so you can carry it around like a bucket, site to site. And then you got dividers in here as well. These are gonna be included.
Yeah.
If you want to customize your dividers a little bit, they're actually score and snap. So right here, there's a line.
Okay.
Run your knife on there, snap them. Just get them a little lower for a little bit easier access.
So Nick, I got a question. I might have missed, you already said it. So this comes down, we're able to stack on top of this?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Anything else? I mean, this is a lot already. What else?
This is the new stuff we're announcing today. Outside of that, we do have our Packout rack in here, which just started shipping a couple months ago.
Okay. You watching today, probably not seen it before. So I would love, if you'll give me the time, I'd love to go over.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you buy your Packout rack,
yeah,
kind of the main way we're selling it is gonna be a kit. So the kit is gonna be 2 rack units. So one unit is this height. It's a little bit easier to see over here.
Okay.
So 1, 2 is gonna be included in the unit. 4 drawers, everything you need to mount it.
So 2, is this what you said here?
So this is one
right
unit,
here, 2 units.
right here.
So and each one of these units comes with 3 drawers.
4 drawers.
4 drawers.
Yep. So your kit's gonna be 4 drawers there. Each drawer is 50-pound weight capacity in transit.
Okay.
And then all the drawers just nice and easy. They slide out, Packout cleats on there.
I'm not using these yet, but what I like about it is that it's fully customizable, like just like a server rack.
Yeah.
You need a little more here, you move it down a couple holes.
Yep, exactly.
I love the modularity of it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, you don't have to buy more than you need. You have just what you need.
And it's just, however you need it customized for your work, you can do. So that's where, like down here, we got this big XL toolbox. Otherwise, you got low pros, you can make it a little bit tighter. And the biggest thing with this, and really the key to the whole system, is gonna be all the drawers.
Okay.
So what we saw a ton with all our service users that we piloted with is what we call shopping. So you wanna go in the back of your van, you wanna pop your organizer open, grab whatever you need for that task, close it and go back in. So by helping enable that behavior with the users, we saw you're able to save up to 15 minutes per job. Just with that organization, it makes it so much more simple. And that led to up to 90 extra jobs throughout the year.
That's great.
It's awesome.
So they're making an investment, but it's going to pay off over time.
Yep, exactly.
Going to be more. You're going to be able to accomplish more in less time, put more food on your table. If you want to see pricing for these units, it's sold multiple ways. Check the YouTube shopping button down below or over to one side or something. This way you don't have to tell us the price. They can just find it all there. The most current prices.
Yep.
What else, Nick? Anything?
That is all our new stuff Packout wise in here today.
New fan? Nah, I've seen this before. I'm just kidding, people.
Those fans are great though.
I know, they move a lot of air.
Lifesaver,
A lot of
especially
CLO.
out here in Vegas.
We're with Rebecca, and she has a brand new 10 1/4 behemoth of a saw, and it's in my favorite orientation, left line of sight.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yes, absolutely.
Give me everything you got.
Yeah, so really excited. This is going to be a new collection to our cordless lineup for our 10 1/4 circular saw. It's going to be the most powerful 10 1/4 circular saw in its class, really allowing you to drive through engineered lumber, LVL, and all of those dimensional lumbers. It's going to deliver 3 13/16 cut depth, allowing you to get through a 4x4 in one single pass. Not only that, we were also able to deliver lightest weight in its class as well. So bare tool, this will be 10.3 pounds. With battery, it'll be 13.6, and that's gonna be our biggest battery, giving you the most optimum performance when it comes to your 10 1/4 circular saw. The last feature that we really wanted to focus in on here was going to be our safety aspect. So we actually used a machine learning model to be able to deliver on a new safety feature called AutoStop Advanced Kickback Protection, which essentially, when those severe kickback events could happen, it's just going to sense that, and this saw is going to have your back. It's going to stop that blade faster than a human hand would be able to react.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean by machine learning? Listen, I bang nails into a wall for a living, right? So can you explain a little bit more?
Yeah, so it essentially was a engineering, we used a lot of different ways to detect how this is going to sense a kickback, whether it's the blade speed or the angle of your hand. There's a lot of different factors that go into it, but we essentially dialed that in to make sure that you're not going to have any nuisance trips, but it's also going to be able to protect you from those severe kickbacks.
So instead of shutting down, it learns like, okay, we're going through wet lumber, or it's sensing what could potentially be a stall, but it might give it a little bit more power to make it through?
It'll have the power to be able to do that. Like I said, it's going to be the most powerful 10 1/4 circular saw, so you have the confidence that you're able to make it through your toughest applications.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let me ask you said lightest, and it looks big. I gotta tell you though, it does not feel, it feels really, and this is a 12. I thought this was
It is a 12.
I thought this was an 8 at first.
Yeah, no, it's our 12 forge. So really optimizing that performance to help you get through those tough applications.
So they're keeping the weight down, what? Use of magnesium?
Yeah.
And then is it the motor? Is it the housing? Like, how are they saving so much weight and making this so balanced?
So we actually used a lot of our technology and learned from our circular saw revamp within the past couple years. And we actually took our segmented brushless motor that delivers on 30% more copper to give you a better performing tool. But in terms of lightest weight, we really just wanted to focus in on really having a really compact and durable but lightweight solution.
Yeah, I've got to tell you, I'm puzzled. Wow. So the other thing is, a lot of times I get, because I'm not the type of guy that will just let it ride and stay, I set my depth.
Yeah.
So this is always a big test for me. If this thing's sticky or not, we might have to force it.
Yep.
Let's see everybody. That's like butter.
Yeah, so we do have bevel detents on this as well.
Where at?
22.5 and 45 to help you find those angles that are more commonly used on your day-to-day basis.
So we're here?
Yep.
Look at that. And then you said at 45?
At 45. So you'll feel that
you can feel locked in, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That positive stop, it'll help you feel that.
Right there, you can feel it. It's like a little ball bearing in there or something, right?
Yep. It's essentially what it is. It helps you find that positive stop and get you to that angle very quickly. Does go up to a 57 angle bevel.
Yeah.
As well as a couple other features. We have our
Rafter hook?
Yep, multi-material fast rafter hook with our material stops to help that be secure on anything that you're hanging on site, as well as a removable utility handle.
I like that. Definitely, especially a larger saw. If you're cutting full depth, you don't want to go off kilter and stall your blade.
Absolutely. Yeah, so this gives you the versatility to grab.
Little
onboard,
tool, storage.
yeah,
I like that.
storage for your blade chain.
But how does it run? Can you give us a little demo?
Absolutely.
Go to town.
So we know that dust collection is really important on site, especially within occupied spaces. So I'm going to be utilizing our VacLink dust extractor to be able to not only turn on our dust collection, but be able to do it straight from this wristband here, saving my back throughout the day from bending over day to day, turning that back on and off. So we'll go ahead and start her up.
Beautiful.
We'll be packing this in with our thick curved blade as well to give you straighter cuts, longer life as well.
So I have a question. As far as the 10¼ blades, is Milwaukee offering like a full line of blades in particular for this saw?
We will have our 10¼ thick curved blade available at the time of the release for this, which will be this summer.
Okay.
And we do have a selection of 10-inch blades. You're still able to actually complete the same applications with a 4x cutting through with a 10-inch blade.
Okay. You mind if I run it?
Absolutely.
So this is lock on, lock off at all times?
Yep.
So with that, okay.
Single trigger lock and then single trigger pull to be able to activate that.
You know the price on this?
So bare tool to be around $429. Kit with our forged 12.0 as well as a rapid charger will be $599-ish.
If you wanted to see pricing for yourself, go down to the YouTube shopping button. Just in case the price gets updated or something, it changes. At the time of your viewing, you'll have the most current pricing there.
Awesome.
Is that everything?
I think so.
Rebecca, thank you so much.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. We're with Hannah, and I was just made aware that Milwaukee has another new charger at World of Concrete for 2026. What can you tell us about it? It looks pretty. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna let Anna take it away because I have a million questions already.
Okay, for sure. So you might already be familiar with Forge and our dual-base supercharger that we launched in 2023.
Yes.
Setting the standard in the industry for fastest charging. Today we have our brand new 4x simultaneous supercharger, the most capable charger that we have ever designed. It's over 2 times more capable. It can charge 4 packs up to 10 times faster.
Okay.
So in just 90 minutes, it can charge 4 of our biggest battery, the M18 Forge 12.0, to 100%. Now on our standard charger, 90 minutes only gets you 1 battery to 40%. So when you take a high demand application like drilling 1x6-inch holes in the concrete, that's the difference in being able to drill 8 holes after a 90-minute charge or 84. So this faster charging is going to unlock more productivity for you, whether you're running a high demand application like this or you're trying to get your entire crew up and running. But what else does this charger have? It's cool cycle capable for high-speed cooling and less downtime. It's got M12 charging capability with our 2 M18 M12 hybrid bays, giving you an all-in-one charging solution.
This is where my questions come in.
Yeah.
Is this a look into the future? Are we going to be getting forged M12 batteries?
We are always working to improve our system to give users the most productivity.
Okay. I like that answer. All right. Something to look forward to, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 2 on the front side. There is no M12 on the back, right?
Correct, yep.
And then I have another question. No, I don't. Go ahead, take it away.
All right, so we've got the M12 ports, and it's also Packout compatible for easy transport storage, whether you want to have it on your Packout stack like this or on the wall plate in the shop.
When's this available?
This summer. So more details like pricing to be announced closer to summer.
Check the YouTube shopping button. We'll have pricing down there for you. Don't worry about it. Is that? Do you have anything else you can show us? Is there anything else, or is this the big one?
This is the big one, our new 4x
I
supercharger.
geek out over batteries and chargers and stuff. I love this stuff. You know what? I'm so excited. I'll get to the other side of the show and I'll be like, wait a minute, I should have asked Anna that. All right, well, I'll have to come back. We
Yeah.
appreciate your time. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. We're with Kenny, and we're in a high traffic area. So, sir, what can you tell us about the new striking equipment?
Yeah, we got some new sledgehammers coming out. So we got an 8-pound and a 10-pound sledgehammer.
Yeah.
As well as a 5-pound pickmatic as well. Basically, what the competition has today out on the field is a standard fiberglass handle.
Yeah.
With an epoxy glue head connection. What we found when talking to users on job sites is that these heads can fly off because the epoxy breaks over time, causing a dangerous hazard on job sites. So what we introduced was Secure Strike. It's the most secure handle connection. Basically what we designed differently on the inside, it's riveted through the head, keeping that fiberglass core locked into place. It also has a steel tube that runs about a quarter of the way down the handle, encasing that fiberglass, so it protects from overstrikes in case you miss hit, protecting that handle from breaking. And then finally, it's got a rubber anti-vibration layer through the rest of the handle. It helps protect your hands during misstrikes.
You want to laugh? I think the first thing that comes to people's minds when they see like stuff like striking tools, and people say, oh, you know, hammers. We're talking since ancient Egypt or Roman times. How can Milwaukee make this better? But I mean, clearly they have.
Yeah. Sometimes there's nothing better than a good old-fashioned sledgehammer to get the job done, you know?
It's true. Number one, it's faster than maybe setting up a piece of equipment to break something up. You know, sometimes you just need to use a sledgehammer. There's multiple instances. Here's the thing, how does it work in practice though? Is it how much reduced vibration? Did you already give us a number? Like, what can we realize with this?
The reduced vibration is really impressive. So the reduced vibration does about 20% less than the leading competitor, and same with the head connection. This is about 30% greater, stronger head connection than the leading competitor as well.
That's awesome, because over time, you know, doing these repetitive motions, day in, day out, that's how you get these debilitating injuries and illnesses. It ruins the quality of life for so many tradespeople.
Oh yeah.
And for me, I'm getting older. I'm starting to realize, when I was a kid, I used to say, I don't care, it doesn't matter. You think you're invincible. When you start putting a couple miles on, and then you wish you had innovation like this. I do have a question though.
Yeah.
Let's just say we did somehow destroy a handle. Are we able to just buy a handle and put it on our head, or we have to buy these as single units?
They are not replaceable heads.
They're
so we'll
not.
have to get a new sledgehammer.
Whole new sledgehammer.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
You can't replace this one either, though.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's dangerous to replace those heads with the fiberglass handles and the epoxy head.
Milwaukee told you this one already flew. It was already going to fly off anyway.
Yeah.
Why would you want to try to put another head in there anyway?
Exactly. And all our hand tools are covered by the limited lifetime warranty.
Are you smashing block?
Yeah, unless you would like to give it a shot.
No, by all means, go right ahead.
All right, let me throw some glasses down and show you how it works.
It's a beast.
These guys come out in March of this year.
Yep, you have price points on these?
Sorry?
You have price points on them?
They're going to run about $100.
$100?
Yep.
And is that across the line?
That's across the line.
But if you want a specific pricing, you can use the YouTube shopping button down below. It'll have them all laying out. You pick and choose. Buy all three. Or you can just buy one.
Yes, sir.
Kenny, thank you very much. Appreciate it. I appreciate you swinging that hammer so I didn't have to.
Of course, yeah.
That's a heck of a swing. He's definitely the guy that wins on the boardwalk, all the stuffed animals.
Oh, yeah.
I'm literally in the Milwaukee booth. I didn't think there was a way for them to improve a hard hat or make it more useful or beneficial to tradespeople. But by the looks of things, Rob here has come up with a solution for all of you. Thank you for having us. I can't wait to see the full demo of this. This is amazing looking.
Welcome to the Milwaukee Tool booth. What we've got here in front of us is our brand new Bolt red lithium USB cooling fan. Part of our Bolt accessory platform. We'll have full compatibility with all of our head protection models in our series. We're running off the red lithium USB battery platform. It's going to give you that 4-hour runtime with the fan and 6-hour runtime on low. Internally rechargeable or swappable.
Yo, dude, I gotta just stop you. I hate to interrupt and bust your flow. This thing is sick, dude. This is crazy. So I have to I have to see the other side. I know it's literally gonna pass air over your head.
Yeah. So what we've heard is that people, when they are making that transition from a hard hat to a helmet to get that added protection, there's a little bit more heat buildup. We've got the solution that's gonna dissipate that heat from the top of the helmet, and it's delivering it through the foam. We've got specialized ducting, releasing it through these 6 air slots inside the helmet foam.
That's crazy. So wait a minute. All right, so let's just say you outfit your helmet with this solution. Then I need a light on front. Like, where would I put that battery pack? How does that work?
Yeah.
How do we work in tandem with that?
Yeah, Vincent, we thought of that too. The Bolt cooling fan is going to be compatible with all of our headlamps. They can mount right here on the front. You don't have to worry about that.
Yo, I gotta tell you, this is like one of those things. It's like a Lego. It's the Bolt. It's like the Lego of hard hats. Like, and you know people are just gonna want to accessorize. And I got the cooling, I got the light, but it's gonna make them more functional. What am I missing? Is there something else? See the demo? I don't know.
Most powerful airflow fan. We're going to keep you cool with up to 15 mile an hour airspeed. Compatibility with all of our head protection. Balanced design and the lightest weight fan on the market. Only 230 grams, evenly distributed between the front and back, so that you don't have that pull when you guys are out there working.
I would try it on, but I did my hair today, so no. Listen, if you want one for yourself, you got to check the YouTube shopping button.
We'll have this available for pre-orders today. Shipping Q2 in April.
So this is available now for pre-order?
Yes, it is. Special for World of Concrete. We're going to MSRP at $134. It's going to get you the battery, the fan, the different duct options, as well as that charging cable.
Oh, that's awesome. Listen, I got to be honest with you. Throwing that, people don't realize, you throw that hard hat on, keeping all that heat into your head, overheat you like real quick. This is big. Even throwing on a baseball hat sometimes.
It'll reduce the peak temperature inside of the head protection with just by adding the fan by 40 degrees.
Wow.
So it makes a big difference when you guys are out there working.
Heck yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're in the Milwaukee booth with Brittany, who's going to walk us through, is this a whole new line of?
Yeah, so we've got a really good expansion of our cordless demo hammers. We've always had our MX breaker out for a few years. But this year we're announcing 2 new demo hammer products.
Okay.
First one being on our M18 platform. So this one's going to be our M18 18-pound SDS Max demo hammer. This is going to be the hardest hitting demo hammer in the 18-pound class. It's also going to be fully featured with all those features that everyone's looking for. So AVS anti-vibration.
Yep.
We've got VacLink wireless dust control. So as soon as you pull the trigger, the vacuum's going to turn on.
No additional fobs needed. It's built into the tool.
Built into the tool. No remotes, no extra things you got to buy. Built right into the tool. It's also going to have multiple speed settings. So if you need to be very precise, careful about what you're chipping, you can knock that down to have a little bit lower impact energy. It's also going to be kitted with our Forge HD12O batteries to give you the most amount of runtime material removed per charge.
Okay.
In addition to this, we've also added our MX demo hammer.
Okay.
So really trying to round out more of the lineup that we offer from small, medium, and large.
So I have a question. I got it. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought you had a demo hammer. You had a breaker.
Yes.
This is a demo hammer.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we had the big way at the top end of demo stuff. Now we're kind of filling in those smaller segments to really fit any of those demo contractor needs, concrete user needs, especially for the smaller stuff, any mid-size stuff. Really good for those plumbers that have trenches. Maybe they don't want to lug the breaker all the way down to the basement, some stuff like that.
I think it's great. I think that especially compared to maybe more traditional where you had to go pneumatic in some instances.
Yep.
Battery power just makes it so much more convenient.
Yes, yes, and we know that within this category it's still really heavily corded, really heavy pneumatic. However, even with other competitors, we're seeing a lot more activity in the space, which is really great because it elevates the space. It gives the users, an overall better experience and really pushes the envelope to what cordless can do and start taking away from that cordless
I think it's pretty amazing what has been pushed. Just like maybe a decade ago, there are certain instances I didn't want to use a cordless drill because I didn't believe they were powerful enough. Now we're talking full-size breakers, demo hammers. It's crazy.
Yeah, something's got like 68 joules of impact energy and all on a battery, like wild.
Should I run these things?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Nope. So on here, just kind of give you a walk around.
Okay.
So we've got up here is going to be your chisel rotate if you want to rotate that bit to a different angle.
Okay.
Up here is our chisel lock. So if you want to ever lock on the trigger while you're chipping, so you don't constantly have to pull it. We've also got a lock off shuttle here. So like, hey, when you're carrying it around the job site and you can carry it by the handle without squeezing the trigger. And then down here is going to be where your multiple speed settings are and your VacLink is. So pairing VacLink and...
You got a lot of features and functions in here.
Oh yeah, giving the best user experience.
And this just sits on here?
Yeah.
It's good in a good spot?
Yep. What'd you think?
I think that for the amount of energy being transmitted into the concrete and how quickly I was able to chip away,
Yeah.
I really didn't feel it much in my hands and my arms, which I like.
Yeah. We know vibration's starting to become more and more of a thing, you know, people are caring about, especially as you age.
Especially for us elderly.
Yeah.
Hey, she just said,
no.
She just called me old. I can't believe it. I'm kidding.
But no, it's definitely something that we're always trying to get as low as possible with our new launches coming out.
Can I?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
All right. Okay.
So this one here is going to be our MX 27-pound demo hammer.
So triggers here? Guess what? I was expecting this to be a lot heavier too. I must put it down on the side. Maybe I shouldn't put it down there.
What'd you think?
I think once again, for the size of it, weight, it's deceiving.
Yeah.
It's definitely lighter than I was expecting and more manageable.
Yeah.
But even with all that impacting energy, I'm not feeling it.
The vibration on this is really good.
Yeah.
It's all loaded down here at the chuck, so it's doing really well with keeping that reduced fatigue over long periods of use, especially given the runtime on this. On an 8.0 battery, you're gonna get about 35 minutes of runtime.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where are we storing this? Are we storing
Yeah,
it?
you can lay it down,
Lay it down?
or put it a little in the concrete, totally up to you.
What are we doing? There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
So rounding it out, we've got then our MX breaker on the really big side. This one we've had out for a couple years now, but this one's still gonna be the lightest cordless breaker in its class, and it's delivering almost 68 joules of impact energy, getting about 25 to 30 minutes on an 8.0 battery.
So for users, where do you believe, or I'm sure you have a criteria, so when are they moving from this tool into this tool?
Really, it's going to be on those bigger depth concrete.
Okay.
So things that are going to be that really like 8 inches plus of concrete, or really long trenches. We've seen this used a lot with commercial plumbers when they've got really long trenches that they've got to do, because it breaks up bigger chunks at a time than this one.
Gotcha.
So really the depth of the material and sometimes the size of the job that they're doing.
So it's a true, they're, I mean, pretty much true replacements for pneumatic or corded.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's exciting, yeah.
What else do you have for me?
So we can walk over to rotary hammers.
Whenever
We got some stuff with rotary
you lead
hammers.
the way. I heard you're the boss around here.
So 2 brand new SDS Max rotary hammers here. Both of these are going to be a next generation. So really what you're going to see here is a big leap in performance going from our current model out there to the new one.
Okay.
And so really what we're especially delivering here on our 1 9/16, almost 2 times faster drill rate than our previous model out there, to really compete not only with some of those top cordless competitors out there, but the corded ones. We know there's a big corded presence still, but we really want to give users the confidence to go cordless. Confidence that cordless can perform like corded.
Hey, it just looks so compact and handy though, even though it's 1 9/16.
Yeah.
So
So this one here is they're going to have a very similar feature set.
Okay.
Again, fully featured like those demo hammers over there.
Yep.
They're going to have ABS anti-vibration. These ones are also going to have AutoStop kickback control. So for whenever you get into a bind up, it's going to shut off on you to prevent that rotation.
That's great. I know, I'm trying to think, when was the first implementation of the kickback for the rotary hammers? Do you know?
We started, I think it was more closer to like 2019 area, 2020.
Yeah.
Especially on Cordless. Once Cordless started really getting out there is really when it became big and it started implementing across brands.
I feel like did Milwaukee maybe implement it for the core drill first, and then it started making its way down range? Am I losing my mind?
No, we started with actually our first generation of the 1 3/4 was
Did
one
it
of the
have
first one, and then the MX core drill was also something that integrated that.
I think it's great though, because the safer you are on the job site, the less injuries and the longer your career
Yes.
in the trades.
Yeah.
Should we run this?
Yeah,
wanna run it or am I running
absolutely.
it?
You can absolutely run it.
Whoa! I just had a test, make sure it actually worked. Brittany wasn't joking. Ready? That is just amazing how little effort is required with these tools. At least it feels effortless. You know what the funny part is that I find when tools, especially rotary hammers, drills, when they don't beat you up, the perception is, oh, they mustn't be working. You know what I'm saying? But then in the meantime, you're on the other side of whatever you were drilling through. You're like, oh no, I went too far.
Yeah.
It's crazy. This thing is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a mind shift change of like, hey, it feels less, it feels better, but it's actually faster.
Yes.
It's more productive.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're so trained like the wrong way.
In this category, it's always like that. Like the more fatiguing it is, the harder working it is.
That tool's great.
Yeah.
I feel I'm dying.
One thing that really excites me is that when we look at providing solutions, we don't look at it in terms of a category, like, oh, what can we provide in rotary hammers? What can we provide in circular saws? It's no, what can we provide for the electrical user? What can we provide for the plumbing user? And do it that way, which gives them, like you said, a more rounded out portfolio of tools for what they do, and not finding just a specific solution.
Yeah, I think it's great. Offer a solution. Yeah, literally, that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
You observe a problem or identify a problem, make a solution.
Yep.
If you could do that over and over again, you'll never run out of business.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's, I think, something really unique about Milwaukee and really, really exciting to be a part of.
Well, I appreciate all your time.
No,
thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
And if you wanted to find all the pricing for all of these units for yourself, use the YouTube shopping button down below. We'll get a little commission, and you'll get a great tool. You won't spend any extra money, and it's very convenient. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We hope to see you all in the next one.